Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome to the start of a brand new campaign series here today on the channel. We're back on the Last Kingdom Total War mod for Thrones of Britannia. We're going to be playing as Uhtred of Bebbanburg. We're going to be starting a Let's Play series here today. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Good evening, arselings. Welcome back to the Last Kingdom. With the release of Season 4 on Netflix, I felt it right to do a Let's Play. So we're going to be playing on the Last Kingdom mod. We will be playing technically as West Saxa under King Alfred the Great, but the main objective of this series is to secede from Alfred and start my own kingdom and take back my lands in Bebbanburg. Obviously, we are playing on the Last Kingdoms mod. For example, Uber is up in Scotland, Cookham is in East Anglia, and let's get stuck into it. So this sort of starts around about Season 3, when Uhtred has the city of Cookham under his control, which we will be leading for our operations. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Welcome to the Uhtred of Bebbanburg Let's Play. I'll put the mod in the description below if you guys would like to download it and play along with me. So, before we can retake my father's lands, we need to help out King Alfred and his enemy and build up an adequate army. So here I am, Uhtred of Cookham. We have a small army here. So, we're going to have to build up enough military forces, maybe 1 or 2 stacks, before we can push north and take back my ancestral home in Northumbria. Bebbanburg, who is currently under the control by Vikings. My uncle's been already overthrown. And Northumbria has been pushed further back to Coldingham. So, let's get stuck into the Let's Play. So we've got Cookham here for now. I need to get some military forces soon. Let's have a look at the family tree. So Alfred is alive at the moment. He does have a fair few vassals. Gwent, South Saxa. We are at war with... Yeah, Gwent. Yeah, we're allies with... We're at war with Kent in the Far East. So Alfred has tasked me to take the city of Kent, build up an army and help out with his enemies. He's also got some enemies to the west as well. So we're probably going to need 1, 2 stacks before we can take the city of Bebbanburg itself. We will need to keep a watchful eye on Guthrum in East Anglia, who has the city of London under his control. I also plan to marry myself to Alfred's daughter Ethelfled, to bound our houses together, and we'll have a strong claim. Otter the Elder's there as well. Edward's coming of a little age. Ethelhelm currently is the heir. We need to change that to my son Edward, and he will be now heir of Wessex. But there I am, Uhtred, son of Uhtred of Bebbanburg. Alrighty, let's get stuck into it. Okay, we've got some upgrades for Uhtred. He's already a 6-star commander, hasn't been married off just yet. Let's go into the champion followers to get that up. We want to get that command nice and high. Oh, would you look at this? Kent has come out against us. We might have to defend Cookham here against Sigurd Bloodhair of Kent, a Viking faction taking Saxon lands. I've currently got 12 units in Cookham itself, convalescing, and even though I was planning on attacking Kent, we might have to defend Cookham, and then we can marry Ethelfled. That is our task. Oh, here we go. The Vikings of Kent have attacked Cookham, and Uhtred and his merry men have to hold out and defend my new home of Cookham. Alrighty, let's do a quick save and a hard save and fight this one on the battlefield. Now, there are a few mods for this, sort of sub-mods for this series. So, for the Last Kingdom mod for Thrones of Britannia. So, you can either play as Uhtred of Bebbanburg under the command of Wessex with Alfred, or you can start with Bebbanburg and some of the northern provinces. But I feel like the main objective for this series is to siege my homeland, and let's take it out. That's going to be our objective. Alright, let's start the battle. But before we even push, expand, and try to conquer, we need to defend my homeland. 2 units of spears, or my new homeland, my new little earldom. 2 swords, 3 axes, 2 archers, 4 axes rather, 3 archers and 2 cavalry. So let's sort by unit freshness and number, and we'll make a strong long front line. Invert the wings in defense. There's no sort of shield wall, no. Oh, there's some of them that have a shield wall, so let's deploy that. They are attacking us at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Oh god. So we need to hold them out where we can. Just reorganize this to make it look a little bit nicer. And then we'll put our archers in the second rung there. And then we'll have a look at Uhtred, son of Uhtred. I'm Uhtred of Bebbanburg. Alright, let's move you here. And we'll try and circle and envelop with my cavalry on the left and right side. So let's have a look at Uhtred's forces. Obviously these are men of his own recruitment and of King Alfred the Great. He hasn't died yet in the show. There's not going to be any spoilers for Season 4 as well throughout this series if you're worried about that. But I've been watching it, I've been enjoying it, and there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Uhtred, son of Uhtred of Bebbanburg. Alrighty. There's his classic Viking armor and his man bun. Looks a little bit more grizzled than the TV show, but so be it. Here are our spears on the flanks. And where's my cavalry over here? Oh, I've accidentally moved it to the right hand side. Let's move you back here then. There we go. Perfecto. Let's have a look at the Saxon cavalry on the left. I don't believe they have any cavalry of their own, so we should be able to make quick work of these Danes, these Viking scum, these arselings. So it does look like they're a bit of a hybrid faction, as most of they are in Thrones of Britannia, operating with Saxon swords and Danish shields. Let's start the fight. So they seem to be pushing quite early on with the majority of their army dividing into 3. They've only got 1 unit of cavalry, so let's try and surround, pivot, and cut them off. It's currently about a 60-40, or they're getting a little bit close there to those archers. Pull them around. They seem to be covering their archers and protecting them quite well, intertwining them with their swordsmen. Let's pull you back then. Maybe hiding in the forest will give us an opportunity. So my second rung of archers have been given the order to fire at will. Try and reduce some of the hit points. But already, it looks like the men of Kent raising their shields nice and high and holding the defense. We might need to retarget them with some cavalry, but for now, all 3 archers are taking the initiative well.
Our general is under attack.
Okay. So they've stopped their advance. Maybe getting their fatigue and fitness back. Having a breather, a smack out, a little break. Let's move my archers up to harass them. Try and target their archers out. Because if we can get an early rout on a unit, we might be able to start a trickle and then a morale flood. If their cavalry stands on the right for much longer, I might charge them. We outnumber them, archer and skirmish wise. Let's try and focus on one of their archers. Right, let's push their scout horsemen now. They have 44 in their contingent of 60, and we have just under 100, so we do outnumber them 2 to 1. Let's charge, hit them flat-footed, and show Kent the mighty fear of the Wessex cavalry. And it's coming in for Uhtred, for Alfred the Great, for Wessex, for Wessex. Okay, so we've neutralized their cavalry, but the AI hasn't been too bad and pushed us into a full front. I forget that the AI is different in Thrones of Britannia compared to Total War Attila in Rome 2, which I've played a lot of recently. They're a lot more hesitant on these later difficulties in ambition and attack, and they seem to be quite cautious. But the makings and markings of the AI still seem to be here. My shield wall's up, and the first Kentish charge has now come in. Cavalry is now gone. The enemy cavalry, that is. I'll regroup and then try and focus on skirmishes where we can. But it looks like they're committing all their forces onto one unit, which seems to be holding for now. We might need to get Uhtred to plug the potential gap. Oh, but looks like some archers have been exposed here. Oh, my cavalry is going to make quick, really quick work of them. Let's hold the rally because they're doing quite well holding them off. Let's rotate and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like 7 units focusing them. Right. Stop sitting there with your tails between your legs, arselings. Let's move around. So, once we throw back the men of Kent, we should be able to marry the Lady Ethelfled. That will be our reward. Binding ourselves to King Alfred. Let's move you around here. Okay, those archers are nearly finished off. But I'm quite surprised about how aggressive Kent was. They've pushed us quite quickly, and we've had to have the defense of Cookham in the first episode. My cavalry now cycle charging into the blob. Uhtred has to come up and help that front line, which is being slightly exposed. But now we surround the Vikings of Kent. Fantastic. Get my archers to pepper in there. 3 are now routing. Fall forward, men. Give them hell. Run them down. Bring them down. As we are in defense, we want to try and run down as many of them as possible. Get those chevrons and army experience up nice and high. By the time we siege Bebbanburg itself, these men will be battle hardened, loyal, and ready to Uhtred. We can't allow too many of these guys to escape back. Victory! We have victory here today. Numbers wise, we didn't outnumber them too ridiculously, but it was mostly due to outnumbering them 2-1 cavalry wise, outnumbering them 3-1 archer wise, and the axe, spear, and swordsman in defense. We played it. It wasn't too bad. Maybe they should have picked a weaker unit to sort of charge everyone in. We have victory here today. We have won in the defense. The battle for Cookham. We've defended my children and my new home. As my reward, Alfred will give me the betrothal of his daughter, Ethelfled. 1,500 against 1,200. So, like I said, there wasn't too much of a numerical difference. 1 or 2 full units. 3 weak ones. But it's good to be back on Thrones of Britannia. It's the game that everyone sort of forgets. I just feel like with it, like there wasn't really, like I played Thrones of Britannia a lot. I played a Wessex campaign, I played an East Anglia campaign as Guthrum and Alfred, conquered most of the map. I played as Scotland, and then I was sort of done. They sort of scrapped all the DLC for it because numbers wise, it just didn't perform very well. I don't think. I think everyone just got their expectations so wrong. And they ended up going and making a Rome DLC instead, I think. Which was fun. With Emperor Aurelian the Sun God. So we lost 296. And Sigurd Bloodhair of Kent was defeated. And lost 1,177. 35 remaining. There we go. Victory. We have victory here today. Let's take on the 9% of warriors. What is this? Why is there an army in Cookham? That isn't mine. Guthrum, what are you doing here, you sneaky bastard? And your forces? What's going on there? That's really odd. Enemy killed, Sigurd Bloodhair. Raiding in Wissing, okay. I guess that's like Guthrum in here. Oh, no, it actually is Guthrum. Oh. That means Guthrum's faction. But he's now here, he's still alive in this series. And now, with the victory into the defense of Cookham, after Alfred hearing the news, the Lady Ethelfled will be married to Uhtred of Bebbanburg, 23 years of age, 18 for Ethelfled. Uhtred is now married, so Alfred's descendants will have a claim to Bebbanburg. Hopefully in the future, when they have some children. Alrighty. So, in the defense of Cookham, we've built up slightly a little bit more. 15 units. Still haven't had any children just yet, unfortunately. But we need to push towards... Impossible. I guess it's like Canterbury anglicised. I'm not entirely sure. But let's run down the new Kentish king. Okay. He's got a crown, but nothing too major there. Let's go with a clean cut auto resolve. And whoa! What an implosion there. Oh, that's grim. Alright, we should be able to take the undefended city here. I guess it's like Rochester or Rochester or Rothroff. I have no idea. Rosh, whatever that Polish city is called. Oh, God. Okay, guys. Well, unfortunately, on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thanks for watching episode 1 of the Last Kingdom Total War mod for Thrones of Britannia, playing as Uhtred of Cookham, technically. In the next episode, we're going to try and continue on and help out Alfred's ambition of a free and independent Wessex. We're going to help him out with his Kentish allies, and then we should have enough military forces and might after sieging the city of Kent to push up and take Bebbanburg. Thanks, guys. Peace. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.